A biofertilizer is a substance which contains living microorganisms which, when applied to seed, plant surfaces or soil, colonizes the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant and promotes the growth by increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrients to the host plant. Biofertilizer add nutrients through the natural process of nitrogen fixation, solubilizing phosphorus and stimulating plant growth through the synthesis of growth promoting substances. Biofertilizers can be expected to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. The microorganisms in biofertilizers restore the soil's natural nutrient cycle and build soil organic matter. Through the use of biofertilizers, healthy plants can be grown while enhancing the sustainability and the health of the soil. Hence, biofertilizers do not contain any chemicals which are harmful to the living soil. Biofertilizers are defined as preparations containing living cells or latent cells of efficient strains of microorganisms that help crop plants uptake of nutrients by their interactions in the rhizosphere when applied through seed or soil. They accelerate certain microbial processes in the soil which augment the extent of availability of nutrients in a form easily assimilated by plants. There are two types of supplies for agriculture, specifically fertilizers and pesticide. It can be said that fertilizer is food and pesticide is medicine for plants in conventional agriculture. On the other hand, biofertilizer or biopesticide are referred to each of them respectively in sustainable or environmentally friendly system. Biofertilizers are low cost, renewable sources of plant nutrients which supplement chemical fertilizers. These are nothing but selected strains of beneficial soil microorganisms cultured in the laboratory and packed in a suitable carrier. They can be used either for seed treatment or soil application. Biofertilizers are gaining momentum recently due to the increasing emphasis on maintenance of soil health, minimize environmental pollution and cut down on the use of chemicals in agriculture. In rain-fed agriculture, these inputs gain added importance in view of their low cost, as most of the farmers are small and marginal and cannot afford to buy expensive chemical fertilizers. Biofertilizers are also ideal input for reducing the cost of cultivation and for practicing organic farming. There is a proposal that biofertilizer be defined as a substance which contains living microorganisms which colonizes the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant and promotes growth by increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrient or growth stimulus to the target crop when applied to seed, plant surfaces or soil. Numerous species of soil bacteria which flourish in the rhizosphere of plants but which may grow in, on or around plant tissues stimulate plant growth. These bacteria are collectively known as plant growth promoting rhizobacteria. Some plant growth promoting bacteria appear to promote growth by acting as both fertilizer and biopesticides. The search for plant growth promoter bacteria and investigation of their modes of action are increasing at a rapid pace as efforts are made to exploit them commercially as biofertilizer. There are several limitations to the use of biofertilizers for agricultural system. Primarily, efficacy is not reliable for most biofertilizers. This is because the mechanism of action of the biofertilizer in promoting growth is not well understood. However, research into biofertilizer is increasing, attempting to deal with these issues. Research needs also to be conducted to determine if and how variation in soil type, management practices and weather affect biofertilizer efficacy, etc. Furthermore, there is a block in biofertilizer development. It is difficult to test inoculants in field as routine experiments. A biofertilizer provides the following benefits. 1. Since a biofertilizer is technically living, it can symbiotically associate with plant roots. Involved microorganisms could readily and safely convert complex organic material in simple compounds so that plants are easily taken up. Second, biofertilizers are cost effective relative to chemical fertilizers. They have lower manufacturing costs, especially regarding nitrogen and phosphorus use. Third, it is environmentally friendly in that it not only prevents damaging the natural source but also helps to some extent cleanse the plant form from precipitated chemical fertilizers. The advantages of liquid biofertilizers over conventional carrier based biofertilizers are listed below. Longer shelf life, that is 12 to 24 months, no contamination, no loss of properties due to storage up to 45 degrees centigrade, greater potential to fight with native population. High populations can be maintained more than 109 cells per ml up to 12 months to 24 months. Easy identification by typical fermented smell. Cost saving on carrier material, pulverization, neutralization, sterilization, packing and transport. Quality control protocols are easy and quick. Better survival on seeds and soil. No need of running biofertilizers production units throughout the year. Very much easy to use by the farmer. Dosages is 10 times less than carrier based powder biofertilizer. High commercial revenues. High export potential. Very high enzymatic activity since contamination is nil. Biofertilizers work. Biofertilizers fix atmospheric nitrogen in the soil and root nodules of legume crops and make it available to the plant. They solubilize the insoluble forms of phosphates like tricalcium, iron and aluminum phosphates into available forms. They scavenge phosphate from soil layers. They produce hormones and anti-metabolites which promote root growth. They decompose organic matter and help in mineralization in soil. Rhizobium. Rhizobium is a soil habitat bacterium which can able to colonize the legume roots and fixes the atmospheric nitrogen symbiotically. The morphology and physiology of rhizobium will vary from free living condition to the bacteroid of nodules. Azospirillum. Azospirillum lipophyrum and Azospirillum brasiliensis are primary inhabitants of soil. The rhizosphere and intercellular spaces of root cortex of gramineous plants. They perform the associative symbiotic relation with the gramineous plants. 5 species of Azospirillum have been described to date. Azospirillum brasiliensis, Azospirillum lipophyrum, Azospirillum amazonaceae, Azospirillum halopreferens and Azospirillum iracans. Apart from nitrogen fixation, growth promoting substances production, that is IAA, disease resistance, and drought tolerance are some of the additional benefits due to Azospirillum inoculation. Cyanobacteria. Both free living as well as symbiotic cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, have been harnessed in rice cultivation in India. A composite culture of BGA having Heterocytos, nostoc, Anabina, Aldrosera, etc. is given as primary inoculum in trays. Polythene lined pots and later mass multiplied in the field for application as soil based flakes to the rice growing field at the rate of 10 kg per hectare. Azolla. Azolla is a free floating water fern that floats in water and fixes atmospheric nitrogen in association with nitrogen fixing blue-green alga, that is Anabina azolae. Azolla fronds consist of sporophyte with a floating rhizome and small overlapping bilobed leaves and roots. Phosphate solubilizing microorganisms. Several soil bacteria and fungi, notably species of Pseudomonas, Bacillus, Penicillium, Aspergillus, etc., secrete organic acids and lower the pH in their vicinity to bring about dissolution of bound phosphates in soil. Arbuscular mycorrhizae, commonly called as AM fungi. The transfer of nutrients, mainly phosphorus and also zinc and sulfur, from the soil to the cells of the root cortex is mediated by intracellular obligate fungal endosymbionts of the genera Glomus, Gigaspora, Aculospora, sclerocytes and Endogon, which possess vesicles for storage of nutrients and arbusculus for funneling these nutrients into the root system. Silicate solubilizing bacteria, commonly called as SSB bacteria. Bacillus species isolated from the soil of granite crusher had showed that the bacterium is capable of dissolving several silicate minerals under in vitro condition. The bacterial isolates made from different locations had varying degree of silicate solubilizing potential. Soil inoculation studies with selected isolate with red soil, clay soil, sand and hilly soil showed that the organisms multiplied in all types of soil and released more of silica, and the available silica increased in soil and water. Plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, commonly called as PGPR bacteria. The group of bacteria that colonize roots or rhizosphere soil and beneficial to crops are referred to as plant growth promoting rhizobacteria. The PGPR inoculants currently commercialized that seem to promote growth through at least one mechanism: suppression of plant disease, improved nutrient acquisition or phytohormone production, etc. Liquid biofertilizers. Biofertilizers are such as Rhizobium, Azospirillum and Phosphobacteria provide nitrogen and phosphorus nutrients to crop plants through nitrogen fixation and phosphorus solubilization processes. These biofertilizers could be effectively utilized for mulberry, rice, pulses, millets, cotton, sugarcane, vegetable and other agricultural crops. Phosphate solubilizing biofertilizers. The plants obtain their phosphate requirements from the soil pool. It occurs in soil as inorganic phosphate produced by weathering by parent rock or as organic phosphate derived from decayed plant, animal or microorganisms. Many phosphate solubilizing bacteria belonging to the Pseudomonas, Bacillus, Rhizobium, Agrobacterium, Agromobacter, Micrococcus, Aerobacter, Enterobacter, etc. have been isolated from soil samples. Sample collection. Soil sample collected from different agricultural land and screened. Serial dilution method. 10 gram of soil sample was dissolved in 100 ml of distilled sterilized water and mixed the sample well and considered the dilution as 10:1. Then serially diluted the soil sample in sterilized distilled water up to 10:7 dilutions. Each tubes containing 9 ml of sterilized distilled water. Then 10:5 or 10:6 or 10:7 dilutions taken for spread plate technique. Spread plate technique. Sterilized nutrient agar prepared and poured into petri dishes. After solidification of the medium, 0.1 ml of sample was poured into agar medium plate. By using L-rod, spread the sample evenly over the agar surface and then incubated at 37 degrees centigrade for 24 hours. Nutrient agar medium. Beef extract 3 gram, peptone 5 gram, NaCl 5 gram, agar 15 gram, distilled water 1000 ml. Make the pH to 6.8. Pycovascia media composition. Ingredients gram per liter. Yeast extract 0.5, dextrose 10, calcium phosphate 5, ammonium phosphate 0.5, potassium chloride 0.2, magnesium sulfate 0.1, ferrous sulfate 0.001, agar 15, pH at 6.8. This medium is used to identify the phosphate solubilizing microorganisms. In that hollow zone formation considered as positive results. King's bee broth. Peptone 20 gram, dipotassium sulfate 1.5 gram, magnesium 1.5 gram, glycerol 10 ml, pH 9. The culture was inoculated into King's bee broth and incubated at room temperature for 24 hours. Low cost medium preparations. Alternative for King's bee broth, that is fish extract 10 ml, algal water 25 ml, aloe vera extract 5 ml, tap water 100 ml, pH 7.2 plus or minus 0.2. The broth prepared was inoculated with P. fluorescens and was incubated at 27 degrees centigrade for 24 hours on rotary shaker. Methods recommended for applications are seed treatment, seedling dipping, soil application. Seed treatment. Seed treatment is a most common method adopted for all types of inoculants. The seed treatment is effective and economic. For small quantity of seeds up to 5 kg quantity, the coating can be done in a plastic bag. For this purpose, a plastic bag having size 20 into 10 inches or big size can be used. The bag should be filled with 2 kg or more of seeds. The bag should be closed in such a way to trap the air as much as possible. The bag should be squeezed for 2 minutes or more until all the seeds uniformly wetted. Then bag is opened, inflated again and shaken gently. Stop shaking after each seed gets a uniform layer of culture coating. The bag is opened and the seed is dried under the shade for 20 to 30 minutes. For large amount of seeds, coating can be done in a bucket and inoculant can be mixed directly with hand. Seed treatment with rhizobium, azobacter, azospirillum along with PSM can be done. Dosage. Suspension of 1 kg in 10 to 15 liter of water for treating of seedling for 1 acre. Seedling dipping. For application of azospirillum or PSM on paddy transplanting vegetable crops, this method is used. The required quantity of azospirillum or PSM has to be mixed with 5 to 10 liters of water at one corner of the field and the roots of seedlings has to be dipped for a minimum of 30 minutes before transplantation. Soil application. Use 200 ml of PSM per acre. Mix PSM with 400 to 600 kg of cow dung, FOM along with half bag of rock phosphate if available. The mixture of PSM, cow dung and rock phosphate have to be kept under any tree or under shade for overnight and maintain 50% moisture. Use the mixture as soil application in rows or during leveling of soil. Carrier materials. Biofertilizers are usually prepared as carrier-based inoculants containing effective microorganisms. Among various types of biofertilizers, bacterial inoculant is one major group which includes nitrogen-fixing rhizobacteria, plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, phosphate solubilizing bacteria and so on. Basically, the carrier based inoculant of these bacteria can be prepared by a common procedure. The most common way of inoculation is seed inoculation, in which the inoculant is mixed with water to make slurry form and then mixed with seeds. In this case, the carrier must be in the form of fine powder. Seed inoculation may not always be successful, that is, the inoculation results in low nodule occupancy of the inoculated rhizobial strain or low establishment of the inoculated rhizobacterial strain. In such instance, soil inoculation can be adopted whereby a large population of a bacterial strain can be introduced into the soil. For soil inoculation, in general, granular inoculant is placed into the furrow under or alongside the seed. This enhances the chances for the inoculated strain to be in contact with the plant roots. Sterilization. Sterilization of carrier material is essential to keep high number of inoculants bacteria on carrier for long storage period. Gamma irradiation is the most suitable way of carrier sterilization because the sterilization process makes almost no change in physical and chemical properties of the material. Cautions and limitations of biofertilizer. Never mix biofertilizer with chemical nitrogen fertilizer. Never apply with fungicides, plant ash, etc. at the same time. Never directly expose to sunlight. Do not keep used solution overnight. Store at room temperature, not below 0 degree centigrade and over 35 degree centigrade. A biofertilizer is a substance which contains living microorganisms which, when applied to seed, plant surface or soil, colonizes the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant and promotes growth by increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrients to the host plant. Biofertilizers add nutrients through the natural processes of nitrogen fixation, solubilization, phosphorus and stimulating plant growth through the synthesis of growth promoting substances. Biofertilizers can be expected to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Therefore, they are extremely advantageous in enriching soil fertility and fulfilling plant nutrient requirements by supplying the organic nutrients through microorganisms and their byproducts.